Mark Shapiro, who now runs WME, he's one of these big power agents. He used to run or be second in command at ESPN. I think maybe it was under George Boldenheimer. But Shapiro is one of these guys that leaned into First Take and leaned into Stephen A. Smith, and he just from out of nowhere, because ESPN got into another bad deal with one of these gambling deals, Penn Entertainment, and that just blew up in their face, and ESPN Bet just blew up in their face, and now they're just going with DraftKings. But Shapiro, this shocked me, came out with a statement or said or told someone, I just hope, and he's talking about the whole gambling thing, I just hope that this means we will not have to endure sports betting conversation infiltrating, he's talking about DraftKings coming to ESPN, infiltrating ESPN's program in the way it has, especially this football season. It's just bad programming. Of course, young sports fans are betting, but they are not tuning in from an appointment perspective to see nonstop conversation on every game with props and parlays and over-unders. It's just not the case. In fact, it's a total turnoff. For Mike Greenberg to have to sit next to a sports betting expert and talk about props and betting nonstop just so they can truly accomplish what they're really trying to do, which is push people to ESPN Bet, is abysmal. I just hope this new DraftKings arrangement doesn't call for this to continue. I read that and share that. Mark Shapiro is one of the most powerful people in the sports media industry. I think he's one of Stephen A. Smith's business partners. Former ESPN high-ranking employee. They don't do these types of things. Something is afoot. There's people are trying to build a case for cleaning out Jimmy Pitaro and all his regime. That's the only reason why this stuff could be legalized. This type of conversation could be legalized and be happening. Is that someone's trying to build enough momentum and when awful announces that ESPN's perception is at an all-time low, when they're publishing stories like that, that's a call for change. And when you get a high-ranking media executive like Mark Shapiro taking a dump on ESPN publicly, that's a call for change. That's ESPN realizing, man, YouTube is beating our brains in, and we got to get new fighters in there. We got to get new leadership in there because we've made a complete and total mess. I'm not sure if it's fixable because there is so much fatigue, and this has kicked off such a conversation about how horrendous ESPN's brand is. I'm not sure if they can recover. Let me go back. I want to play a few more of these videos. This is another recent one. Ryan Clark having to issue, I think this was his third apology in 3 months. I mean, can you think of your work environment and think of someone that 3 times in a 3-month span has to apologize publicly or even just among the group, among his peers, has to apologize 3 different times in a 3-month span about something they've done that's embarrassed the office, embarrassed the company, put the company in a bad spot. Who gets to keep their job when they have that type of performance, that they're constantly having to publicly apologize for? Here's Ryan Clark, and just another example of why we all have ESPN fatigue.
I set the highest standards of fairness and, most importantly, righteousness in my work. I didn't meet that standard. It's always important to me that I gather all factual and important information to provide the complete story. That's a responsibility that I do not take lightly. And when discussed in real time on Monday evening, I failed to do so. And for that, I apologize.
Let me connect the dots here and channel or just keep it all the way real and just say and do what I authentically believe and let the chips fall where they may. ESPN is overrun by left-wing Negroes. Period. End of story. And they've taken ESPN straight to hell. That's what this is. It's a group of left-wing Negroes and their co-conspirators, or the people that have puppet strings on them. And the whole network has run amok and damaged its brand through racial idolatry and the worship of skin color rather than the worship of Jesus Christ and understanding the value of merit. And so when you divide everyone up, as they have, they've done the dividing. There have been people like myself and others who have been calling, hey man, let's don't judge each other by skin color. Let's judge people by the content of their character. These left-wing Negroes have overrun ESPN and have told, no, we're judging people by skin color. So I'm holding them to their standard. This is what they wanted. They wanted to be judged by their political identity and their skin color, and I'm doing that. These left-wing Negroes have destroyed ESPN. They have co-conspirators called feminists. They've destroyed ESPN. And Bob Iger has allowed it, has promoted it, has endorsed it. And they're getting their brains beat in by YouTube, and now people are pointing out just how awful and just how much fatigue they have with the left-wing and gay and LGBTQ friendly and feminist over at ESPN. Everybody's fatigued. The whining, the nagging, I'm a victim. Let's cry on air. That's not sports. There's no crying in baseball, football, basketball, any of it. There's no real crying in manliness. And I know you've been lied to. Oh, yeah, men got to get in touch with their feelings. No, we don't. Share your feelings with your wife, with your children, with your minister, with the people that go to church with you. Do it in private. I don't need all the public displays of your emotion. It's unmanly. It's not what we're supposed to do. Stiff upper lip. I've asked people constantly, or it's always what people used to respect the quiet, masculine type that kept his cards close to his vest, didn't let you know everything that he's thinking or feeling, because it's irrelevant. A man has a job to do. Be a provider, be a protector. I don't have time to spill out all of my emotions for everyone to see. It's weak. Let me share them with my God, my Creator, Jesus Christ. Let me share them with my wife and children, the people that love me and understand me the most. But I don't need to be on TV constantly talking about, well, is that disrespectful?